I also think that Bart is kind of a weird dude sometimes about Taika. So if Taika like peed on their meal, I feel like Bart would eat it still.
He would have been like, oh, this is good for my game.
Alright, this one's kind of wild. So a Chinese mother shares a shocking photo of a toddler urinating on their family meal.
No!
Bart, explain that, please.
It's Chinese seasoning.
This is what I need. I need
soy
an explanation.
sauce.
A mother in China stunned the internet after sharing that her toddler urinated on the dining table, yet the family continued eating the meal.
On the table or on the food?
On the table and the food.
You know there's splashback, brother.
There's splashback.
You know this.
So depending on how
They said sesame oil.
depending on how I guess like traditional maybe
Steamed buns, eggs and vegetables.
the thoughts are I think it's like they think there's medicinal benefits to kid piss.
That is correct.
Oh, shit.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
God
Is it?
damn,
Oh
bro.
my god. We need vinegar. No, bring the child pee-pee.
It's like old school thoughts.
It's like rhino horn type of shit.
Yeah.
In traditional Chinese culture, the urine of young boys is thought to have special powers. It is believed to boost energy, reduce fevers, and even protect against bad luck or spirits.
So they think kid pee is like Gatorade.
If somebody was pissing in your food, that's the worst luck you could have.
It protects you against future worse luck.
Bless you.
What about
Bless
like
you.
little girls pee? Is that valuable? Probably not, right?
I wouldn't ask that.
Never.
Not as much as little boys pee.
Maybe not.
But even from like a culinary standpoint, if you had to hit both, isn't it better to just drink the piss and then chase it down with the food versus to have like a perfectly good fried rice and then you piss on
That
it?
doesn't maximize the luck intake.
Like do a shot of the piss and then enjoy your
Yeah, just enjoy the meal.
I think in ancient Chinese culture, you have to act like you don't notice the piss.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's
that's part of the
that smell?
suffering.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't smell nothing.
What? I mean, I know China got 1 billion people, so there's gonna be a couple of fucking hillbillies in there, right?
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen. It's hard not to have a couple of people that hasn't been updated and upgraded.
Joe talking about Chinese hillbillies while he's holding his gut.
It is a very comfortable state. You should try it.
It's pretty crazy.
Joe Bundy.
How or where or like what part? Because you know how in America you go, oh yeah, it's probably dudes from West Virginia or some shit. Like you could kind of pinpoint where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. Is China like that too? Where you're like, it's gotta be those Guangzhou dudes.
It probably can be, but
Like the rural areas.
Like where?
It's probably a rural area.
Like Yulin? Why? Don't say that. What are you talking about? Are you going there soon?
They have one of the best fairs of all time, okay?
Yeah, they got a really cute dog convention. I
Very
heard.
cute dog.
I don't think they would want to mess up their delicious meat with piss though,
Yeah, they wouldn't piss on it.
Say that.
because that meat's hard to get, you know.
Not out there.
Oh, true.
They wouldn't pee on no pangolins, dude. Because they eat those sometimes.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, it's because they'll just block off. It's like
I
waterproof.
thought it was mainly canines.
Canines, not a Yulin. Yulin specifically canines, but Wuhan they eat like
Pangolins and bats.
Doesn't seem like
they-
one of
they
those
do.
China #1 videos for me, huh?
No, I mean over there they might go like, oh yeah, they're helping
Oh, dude,
people learn
defend,
about the
defend.
culture.
Most people, well, it's
I drank my own
obviously.
piss as a kid.
what does the Chinese social media say about?
So most of the reaction is that this, like, why did you guys do that?
In China?
But that's the thing. It's not from China. We don't. Most of social media is reacting to this from all over the world.
The fact that Bart was able to be like, oh, I can see how that works. It's an ancient Chinese secret. I was like, oh shoot, maybe everyone over there like, oh, they're still doing it. Like it's outdated, but they know that it happens.
Because the shit that they still do now would be like never drink ice water.
Dude.
If you go to a restaurant, it's fucking weird when you ask for ice water. Everything is lukewarm or warmer. Like if you ask for hot water, that's very normal.
Even beer comes out lukewarm.
Yeah, like, and if you eat fried stuff, it's gonna build up your inside heat.
So you have to drink tea.
So you don't want to be drinking like eating hot fried stuff too much. And then like let's say you're pregnant, you can't be eating things with too much cold energy. So you like those stay away from like I don't know, like watermelons or something. So they have a lot of this like their own.
What's with the
gross
cold
science.
thing? What's up with that?
They think there's this hot and cold energy that goes inside your body.
and you want to be hot.
And then yeah, so depending on what you're doing, you don't want to want to have too much of a certain thing.
You know what I will say though, like from my like Chinese friends that like live in China type stuff, I also feel like whenever my American ignorant ass is always like, what about this thing that's like a shocker to us? I'm like, do you guys think this is shocking? They'd be like, yeah, that's crazy. And then carry on with their day. Because it's like probably so much crazy that it's like, of course that's crazy. What are you, stupid? And then it's like, move on.
It's normal that it's crazy.
It's not like they're gonna judge their nation and be like, what is wrong with my country?
Yeah.
They just exist with 1.8 billion people.
Well, that's like
there.
us in Florida men.
Yeah.
Like there's always Florida men stories.
Yeah.
That's not America.
But it's not like you think like all of our entire people.
Right.
That's what it is.
But in the UK, they think that's all of us.
Yeah, it's true.
Americans
That's
too.
true.
That's
Hannah
how-
said that the things that they get about us, they just think Americans are crazy. But it's our crazy though. Like we get it. Like if a dude decides to fucking bite an alligator in his head and then serve it for barbecue, we're like, that's Florida.
But that's what I mean though. Like
Florida.
it would be ignorant to assume that in every way. Like if we're gonna assume that like all of China does these types of things, then all of us for sure are like, we do mass shootings, all of us are obese, like all of us are the.
But that's how other
they see us.
countries.
That's how they see
That's
us,
how
yeah.
other countries see each other.
That's just
we're
that's non-traveler mentality.
But we're not shocked, right? It's because like that's what I mean
You're
by
not
like
shocked.
Bart wasn't shocked about the kid pee. We're shocked because we never heard it before. And then, but I don't think all of China is fucking down in some kid pee at the bar. You know, like
I also think that Bart is kind of a weird dude sometimes about Taika. So if Taika like peed on their meal, I feel like Bart would eat it still.
he would have been like, "Oh, this is good for my game."
I definitely.
Well, because like as I got older, my mom was still trying to push that hot cold energy shit on me, like ice water, whatever. I'm like, there's a thing called like pH, and you have hydrochloric acid in your body, so it doesn't really matter what you put in your body because the hydrochloric acid can fucking dissolve rocks, so it'll dissolve the shit you're eating. And then my mom's like, "Shut up!"
Does she still give you shit for ice water? Huh? Does she still give you shit for ice water?
Yeah, like she doesn't like. She doesn't have like. She's like, why do you want so many ice cubes? It's
Yeah.
gonna cool you down.
My dad always says that to me. Like he
and
sees
your dad's
me.
Americanized.
My dad is like he's grown up in America. This motherfucker will see me since I'm an adult. He'll see me drink ice water and be like, I don't know why you drink that. He's like, you got, and he'll be like, you gotta stop with the ice water.
When you have a fever, how come doctors don't tell you to drink a bunch of ice water? If that shit worked.
Exactly.
Big pharma.
Is there stuff like that?
Just pour ice water on your head. Oh, I feel much better.
I think Chinese ideas went to other Asian countries, but that's one thing I don't think it's really went, like the hot cold stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's always about staying hot in that situation. By the way, it's always that you starve
You
the
wanna break
cold
it.
and you feed the heat.
I'm gonna break it.
But what if you're like in like Vietnam and it's hot as fuck? Like
I mean,
they still want to be hot?
no, it's not about always wanting to be hot. I'm just specifically addressing what he was talking about.
About
If
the
you have
fever?
a fever,
Yeah.
Oh.
like do you like drink like ice water? Like that's not the point.
Okay.
In the health point, it's
I
like
watched a lot
always
of
staying
cartoons,
warm.
so I think that would be real.
Like when you have a fever, you have to break the fever. So the best way to do that is to like stay warm until like the sweat breaks through, and then you like sweat it out. But if you have a cold, you want to starve the cold so you stay warm.
Yeah, I guess that would be the Eastern Western approach. That'd be a little bit different. So like Western, it's you suppress the symptoms, right? You have a headache, whatever. Take Tylenol. You suppress it.
Just to get through it.
The Chinese doctor would be like, no, you need to embrace it. We put more blanket on you, sweat, ginger, honey. You know, like that'd be like you
Warm foods.
walk into the fire. That'd be like more like that.
Yeah. Hot shower.
Walk on hot coals.
Yeah, and then you come out the other side.
So if you go to a Chinese emergency room, you go, "Doctor, I got a broken arm. Take the arm off. You don't need it.
Yeah, break all your bones.
Yeah, break the other arm."
They had a thing recently in India where like these people, there was like a statue of some like goddess or something, and like water started dripping off the foot of the statue, which was like kind of high up. Yeah. So then they would line up and like catch the water and drink it and be like, "Oh, I'm so blessed." But then they're so far behind in how they like the logic. It was just the air conditioner above dripping.
Oh my
Yeah, and they just really were.
Freon in the water and shit.
They were just all drinking it up. But it's like that thing where even people in India will see that and be like, yeah, they're fucking dumb. Like, it's not like all of India's dumb and like, it's like.
The Florida man.
But Americans will think all Chinese people pee on their.
I like the way that works though, because like you were saying, like, if UK people look at all of Americans like we're these like fat slobs and shit, and then they actually come here and they're like, damn, there's some fine ass people in Hollywood. But then we think England is all fancy and fucking posh, and then you go there, it's all fat fucks too.
That's what I realized.
So it's like it's the same fucking world. You
I
know
thought
what I mean?
England was classy until I actually been there. Bro, man.
Trash
Dog,
people.
their stats are neck and neck with us in a lot of ways. So
It's now I understand Ollie G even more.
That's where we came from.
I did think everyone was James Bond before I
Oh
went.
yeah. I thought they had powder wigs and shit like that.
Yeah. I thought
never
everyone
have
was
it.
proper, and when I got there, I was like, they're poor, they're more what the fuck is happening
Yeah,
here?
dude.
It's like a poor little island country.
Apparently, they're tied with us in obesity.
I do still like it when you see like old school courtrooms that were like British occupied and they have to wear like the wigs and stuff.
Love it.
Especially when they're not British, like white.
Yeah, or even just the British occupied. Like even they were still doing that in Hong Kong for a while. I
So
think.
lit.
Yeah, looking like a bunch of Chinese Captain Crunch, huh?
I like being on the reverse side of the stereotype, where like you think it's the worst people, and that's better.
Yeah,
that's better than everybody
That
thinking
is
you're
better.
fucking in Magic Land, and you get there and it's like what? It's just like us.
I feel like Chinese does have some bad stereotypes though. Now we used to be dog eating, and then now we're piss drinking. Yeah.